back to back.
Good morning. This thing's still learning. The inferred octane has gone up from 87 to 89. So it's
wow. Yeah,
it's learned. This is going to keep making more power if we leave it on this fuel. You know, very simple mods too. So it's a 2020 GT500, super low miles.
1500.
1500 miles. Yeah. We did the is it AED?
AFD.
AFD.
Yep.
Flex fuel sensor kit. We have our fuel line tied into it right now, so that'll get neatened up a little bit when we take our line out of there. We're monitoring the fuel pressure on the dyno. We're using the factory wide bands. We have the dyno plug unplugged. We take those out. Ford is not kind enough to give us this little spout connector. You just unplug it and you could dyno the car with any interference from the traction control system, so that's always nice. We added the JLT cold air intake. It still has a stock throttle body on it. We put ID 1300 injectors in it, a JMS fuel system voltage booster, and we did the Grip Tech 2.6 with a shorter belt. So it's the hub and the replaceable pulley. Now, so if we want to change pulleys later, now we don't have to take the blower all apart.
Yeah. We
could just take those, it looks like 8 screws out.
Yep.
And pop another pulley on there. So really simple mods, and it's probably up about 200 horsepower over stock. Oh, we are on E85 by the
Straight
way.
E85. Yep. I checked the app again. It's still at
Okay.
85%.
Yeah, so that's really nice. The app shows you what the ethanol content is in real time, so all you do is look at your phone. Real cool, amazing platform. Like I said, these computers are adaptive. I've opened up some of the adaptive strategies so it has a little bit more room to learn. So as it learns this fuel, it's going to keep making more power. What do we got? A bunch of 840 runs?
We have a lot of overlapping, very high horsepower runs. You guys can see we've done a few pulls.
Yeah. And again, reminding everybody, the dyno's currently reading low.
Yeah.
It was reading high. The engineer logged into the computer and he made some changes, and now we have to do another calibration. So that's why the dyno's reading a little bit low. Before it was reading too high, and we calibrated it to get it to come down, and now it's reading too low, so we got to calibrate it back to 0, and hopefully the numbers will come back where they should. This thing's probably a lot closer to about 880.
Yeah. So let me get some of these runs off of here so
yeah.
we can see what we're looking at. I can get rid of 5, 6, 7.
9 and 10.
Yeah, 9 and 10 were the last two.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stacked.
Yeah, it's just, they're stacking on top.
833, 829. Our best pull was 841.
Yeah, that was number 8, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's fine. You can click add data there too.
Yeah, you can do it there. So it was 8.
Yep.
Date modified.
That one was 840. So we had 841, then 840.
Yeah.
Now it's redoing some of the learning.
Yeah, as the computer learns, it will pick up some more power. So it's kind of cool. I love how adaptive these computers are and how much engine protection they have. They live on the NOx sensors. If it's we made a couple pulls on pump gas, but with the extra boost, I didn't expect it to be happy on pump gas. It was pulling a bunch of timing and seeing a bunch of knock. So we said, you know what, just put it on good fuel and end it. Not that you can't run it on pump gas, you absolutely can. It's just going to make less power. Would it make like 7?
I think it was 760. Yeah, I think at the most it made like 760 on pump.
Yeah.
And then it started climbing up after we put the
fuel in it. Yeah, it jumped up relatively quickly.
Oh yes.
So let's see, we'll get rid of 10, we'll get rid of 9. That was 841. And then we'll bring up data, add data.
Say maybe 5, pull 5, I think might have been the last, or one of the last pump gas ones.
Yeah.
Or was that after we put E in it?
No, that's E. 5 is still on E.
Okay.
So we'll take out 5. We'll add that on. We'll go to 4. I think it's 3. Yeah.
I think 3 was okay. No, 3 was the weird test.
Yeah, I actually bumped it.
Yeah.
Add data, so probably 2. I only made 2 pulls on
I was gonna say you didn't make a lot, and it was still spinning on pump gas too.
Yeah, it was still spinning pretty hard. I made 734 on pump and 840 on E. So
100 rear wheel horsepower for changing some fuel.
Yeah, pretty cool. Just popping the fuel in it and making a couple little tweaks to allow a little more adaptive for the E85, because it's not an E85 calibration. It's just added the E85 sensor kit to it, which just takes care of the injector pulse width based on ethanol content. It's a neat deal. It works good. I'm surprised. You know, this is the 3rd one we've done, and I really like them.
It's a nice kit. It was nice to install.
It works good on the Chryslers and on the Fords.
Yeah.
The GMs don't need it because obviously we can add a flex fuel sensor to almost anything with GM. I mean, probably some of the older cars that don't have the ability, you know, like the Gen 3s.
Yes, the early, you know, the
Gen
truck
3
6
computers.
and stuff like that.
We can add the flex fuel sensor to the older vehicles with these kits, because it just, all it does is based on the ethanol content, it adds additional pulse width.
Yeah, these guys sell swap specific kits and stuff like that for the GM. They got some pretty cool stuff.
So, good deal. Anyway, we're going to end it here. We still got another vehicle to do, and thanks for watching. Be sure and like and share these videos, and please leave us a comment down below. Have a great day.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned.